You know what? This isn't comfortable. I'm trying to do like a thing where I'm like sitting comfortably on this bench, but it's not working out. Hi everyone, it's Danielle and welcome back to my channel. I thought I'd start off vlogging today. So I posted like a little chat on my Instagram, and I asked you guys kind of like, you know, how you would like your vlogs, like if you want them weekly or more so like daily, with like I film like say today and tomorrow, or I film today and then I upload on Sunday or whatever, like film every other day, every 2 or 3 days or so. And a lot of you had different, sorry, I'm just looking at the front window. A lot of you had different ideas, and can I just say it, I was very surprised at how many of you responded, because I wasn't expecting that much. I'm not very active on my Instagram anymore. I used to be, and it's so interesting because I feel like when I was on YouTube and Instagramming a lot, I definitely saw a lot of growth in my Instagram account as well as my YouTube channel, and then I just kind of like fell off a bit. I just didn't really, I wasn't really as into it as I used to be, and my channel and my account definitely suffered for that. So I'm trying to kind of step up my game a little bit more. Should have brought a towel, eh? I'm gonna be soaking wet by the time I'm done here. I'm trying to kind of step up my game a bit more and just kind of like vlog more for you guys. I love vlogging. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm definitely way more passionate when it comes to my vlogs as opposed to my sit down videos. I feel like I've definitely found kind of like my niche, and you guys love my vlogs too, which I really do appreciate. So today is the first official day of me vlogging regularly, and I'm just at home right now. I know this entire area looks completely different to you, and I'm gonna give you guys a full-on, sorry, I keep looking out the window because the cleaners are supposed to come today and they're not here yet. What time is it? They're supposed to be here at 9. But I just really wanted to kind of like sit down and chat with you guys today. So it's gonna be like a home vlog. I'm not leaving the house today. And we're just gonna chat, and I'm gonna tell you guys everything that's happening in my life while I comb my hair. I just got out of the shower. First and foremost, I need to kind of like get started on my hair, and then, you know, we'll go from there. So I just got out of the shower, and I'm just gonna do like a quick braid in my hair. I like to do twist braids when my hair is wet. I do like a detangle and everything like that. So I'm gonna be putting this Shea Moisture. It's the Manuka and yogurt. Manuka honey and yogurt hydrate and repair multi-action leave-in. So I use this line for my shampoo, conditioner, deep conditioner, all that stuff. Is the Manuka honey and yogurt line that they have, and that's what I use in my hair. Do I love it? And I've used better, cheaper things, and I think my absolute favorite is the Organics coconut. Their coconut line, that's my favorite. That one my hair actually really responds very well to. But I'm trying to finish this up. I'm like not in the habit of waste right now. It doesn't do anything bad to my hair, but I don't see it like benefiting my hair in any way. So I'm gonna finish it up and then move on to something else once it's done. And I'm almost done the shampoo and conditioner. So yeah, we'll go from there. Anyways, this water bottle is just warm water and a bit of vitamin E oil. My hair really got some serious, after I had lathe, it's like the condition of my hair just kind of dropped, and it's not what it used to be. And so I'm really trying to kind of like get it back to that place, but I'm also at the point where I kind of just want to cut it off, to be honest with you. It does get a lot of shrinkage. See, it's grown quite a lot. I feel like I should probably do a trim, actually. But anyways, alrighty, so what's happening in my life? All right, so where I am looks very different. And that's because I honestly don't remember if in my last update video I told you guys about what's happening, but we moved out of our condo. We still own it, and right now we're using it as an investment property. So we're using it as an Airbnb. and that's been going great. If you guys are coming to Toronto and you're looking for an Airbnb, hit your girl up. I'll post the link to our unit or our condo suite down below. But so far, so we got our first Airbnb client on August 1st, and what is it now? It's mid-September, so it's been 6 weeks, and we've had 7 people stay with us. 2 of them were stays longer than 10 days, which is really nice. So the Airbnb has been going really well in the first month. The month of August went amazing, which is really nice. So we're using the condo as an Airbnb, and right now we are at my sister-in-law's house. You guys have seen Annie many times. Every single time I do Vlogmas, right around the 2nd of December is her birthday, so that's usually when I'm like around. And then we often see them for Christmas, which is also really nice. So Annie is Hina's sister, and Annie is 2 years older. So Hina's the baby in the family, but they look like twins. And so we're at Annie's house. We're staying here till we close on our new house in the new year. And yeah, so it's been very interesting because we've definitely gone from living downtown, having kind of like our own space and all of that stuff, and we've moved to the burbs, and you know, there's more people around, so it's been very interesting kind of like transitioning to that. Laith is transitioning really well. He loves all the company. My sister-in-law, she has 4 kids, and a couple of them are about like 2 to 4 years older than Laith, so he's really enjoying spending time and hanging out with them. And he has learned so much since we've lived here. His vocabulary has really improved. I mean, he was always a very good talker anyways. I don't know, personally I find Laith to be very, very, very intelligent. He's a very intelligent baby. And so just being here and seeing how much he's soaking up has been very interesting. But yeah, so we're here until we close next year. And if you guys have been following me on Instagram, I gave a little update about the house. A lot has been happening with the house, and if you're interested, I posted I created a story highlight on the progress of the house. And so we've kind of been sneaking onto the lot every week to see the progress, and it's been very interesting watching your house being built from the ground up. And so, you know, that's been fun. But back to here. So we've been staying here, and the reason for that, and I'm saying this once, and I'm hoping this is the last time I say this, because not on Instagram or YouTube or anything, but like just people like that I meet in person, when I tell them that we've moved from our condo, they're very surprised about that, because they're just like, why would you move out here? And to be quite honest with you, we did it for Laith, and I'm gonna explain why. So back when we were downtown, I took a 1.5 years off of maternity leave. So here in Ontario, I don't know, is this the case in all of Canada? I think so. Yeah. I here in Canada, you are allowed to take either a year maternity or 18 months maternity, and that's paid maternity. So we pay high taxes here for, you know, universal health care and EI, which is what we call employment insurance. And so when we pay into our employment insurance, whenever we take a leave of absence, or if you get fired from your job, you basically apply for EI, and then you get that money back bi-weekly to help you kind of get by while you're off work. And so I took 18 months off paid maternity leave, maternity and parental leave. And the school situation here is insane, especially daycare for kids and downtown as well. So I didn't take the full 18 months off. I took 16 months. I went back to work 2 months early. So if you guys are familiar with my Instagram account, then you would know that I'm a teacher. I teach high school. And before that, I used to work in finance. I worked at a wealth management firm. It was more so a firm for wealth management company. So we created software for wealth management. That was very interesting. I worked in project management, and it was fun and everything. But I ended up quitting that job because the guy I hired and trained, they basically gave him my position when I went on maternity leave. And then when I was supposed to come back, they basically told me that, you know, he has that position now and I'd have to come back and work my way up. And they basically gave him the raise I asked for. Ellen Pompeo said this, and she was like, if you're not willing to walk away from something, then, you know, like, you need to kind of like have a backbone when it comes to those things. And if you want a raise, you have to be willing to walk away from it if you don't get it. And I didn't get it, so I quit then and there on the spot. I'm like, I'm not coming back. Look for my resignation letter. I'm going to be emailing it to you. And in retrospect, honestly, these guys are lucky I didn't pursue legal action. But I kind of walked away because at the end of the day, it's not really something I saw myself doing long term. I left, and that's when I decided to go back into teaching. So before that, I've been a teacher for like 3 years, and I never pursued it because teaching is also hard to get here. And I decided to go back into teaching, so I applied for some school boards, and I got on to TDSB. And then as soon as I got on to TDSB, I was offered a long-term teaching position. And a long-term teaching position here is anything that's longer than 10 days. And so I did that for 3 months, and then that's why I went back to work early in April. And so I was teaching for 2 full months from April till June. And I did that. So during that time, we had to find care for Laith, and I looked into some, you know, daycares. I looked into private Montessori schools and stuff like that. And the thing is, it takes so long to get on any list for school. Here, daycare is very expensive, and when I say expensive, I'm telling you, like, some of the lists, the wait lists that we put Laith on for school, their tuition was like anywhere from $15 to $2,400 a month. And so it's not cheap, and that's kind of like, it's an accepted reality. It's just something that is, and we knew this fully before we decided to have a child, so we knew what was coming and we were prepared. Financially and emotionally, and all of these things that you need to be prepared for when it comes to spending money. And so for those 3 months, we decided to go the nanny route. So we got a nanny, and so Laith was with her for the duration of my teaching job. And then obviously as a teacher, you have summers off. And so back then I was looking at schools, and we had already purchased our home pre-construction since November of last year, November 2018. So we kind of like knew way ahead of time that Laith would be going to preschool in our new area. But the school that we chose for him, and the school that I fell in love with, is considered one of the best in the area, and they are an academic type Montessori school. So they're a private Montessori school, but they run on an academic calendar, which basically means that they won't just take him in January when you feel like popping him in, and that's when our house would be closing. So my option was to sit out a year working and take care of him, or I could start working, continue teaching back in September, and send him to preschool. So it's either we had waited a full year to send him to school next year after we close, or I could kind of like make a sacrifice somehow and send him this year. So that's what we did. So the new house that we're moving into next year is very close to my sister-in-law's house. It's about a 10-minute drive. So we decided to start him this year, and we put our condo up for Airbnb, and we moved here so Laith could start school. And I know it's like a long-winded story of just basically, like, it's something that I could have told you in like 5 minutes. But, so that's why we did that. So we moved out here so he could start school here, and then next year, once we close, the only change that he'll be experiencing is just a new location. So we won't have to pull him out of a school and put him into a new one. He'll be going to the same school for at least 3 years. So that's why we decided to do that. So that's why we're here, and it's been really great. You definitely get that kind of like family feeling, which is really nice. And so yeah, so that's what's been happening. So that's why we're here, and that's the story of Laith being in school. And speaking of Laith being in school, he's been transitioning really well. His school is really good at kind of like establishing that transitional process. And what I mean by that is, for drop off and pick up, I don't get out of the car. They come to me and they pop open the back seat, and they take him out of the car, and all I have to do is say bye-bye and I go. And I know it sounds cold and I know it sounds harsh, but honestly I think it's the best thing for Laith. When before, like whenever we would kind of like leave him with family or anything and we tried to say bye, kind of like that process was very difficult for him, because he could see us leaving and we kept coming back and kissing and saying bye-bye and stuff like that. But now it's kind of like I just pull up to the door and they come and get him, and with pickup I pull up to the door and they put him back in the car. So that's that with Laith. And then now on to the house update. So we bought our house back in November, and our original close date was end of January, and we got notified in the mail or by email that they were pushing our dates to our second tentative closing date. So they give you, when we were signing the contract, when we purchased the lot, we got several tentative closing dates. I think we got 4. So it was it was January was the original closing date. The second tentative closing date, if they're unable to meet the January date, is February 27th. And then after that, if they're unable to meet that, so it's 1 month, 3 months, and then 6 months. So it's January, February, May, and then November. So we've been told that they won't be able to meet our January close date, so they pushed it to February 27th. And to be quite honest with you, a month is really not a long time. If that means we get everything done and the house looks absolutely beautiful, which I'm sure it will. So I'm not too beat up about it. I mean, like, it's honestly just a month, and we're happy here, so it's not like I'm dying to get out. So that's that for the house update. But I'm sure a lot of you are curious about, like, what kind of house it is, what it looks like, and all of that stuff. So we purchased a townhouse. So it's an end unit townhouse. So we're not kind of like boxed in on both sides. So we have a bigger side yard and a bigger backyard, and we have extra windows. And we went with an end unit because we were kind of honestly not desperate to buy a house, but we were like looking really hard, and we were looking in different areas. We looked at houses in downtown Toronto, and we looked at houses in Mississauga and other areas, and we know that we wanted to be in an area where they had good schools and all of that stuff, safe neighborhoods, but school was the most important thing. Like throughout vlogging, you guys will realize that education is of the utmost importance to me. My mom placed a lot of value on education, and she instilled that in me, and I kind of like carried that forward. And it's, when it comes to Laith, it's like the best education I can buy, he's gonna get it, essentially. So we were looking originally at detached houses. We found one I really loved. Hina didn't like it. And it seemed like no matter where we looked, Hina didn't like the house we found. And then we found one that we really loved, both of us, and we understood that we would buy it and then we'd have to renovate it. But it had a massive yard, and it was just absolutely beautiful. We had no back neighbors, and we had a beautiful willow tree in the backyard, and we fell in love with that house, went to put an offer on it. Turns out it was already sold conditionally. And so we had to wait. If the conditions fell through, then we could put an offer in, but the conditions didn't fall through, so we ended up losing that house. And it was, you know, it was a bummer, but everything happens for a reason. And then so after that, I think Hina just got a little bit deflated, and then she just kind of like stopped liking the houses that we saw because she still liked that one house. So I made the suggestion that we maybe look into pre-construction. And at the time, the builder that we wanted to go with didn't have any pre-construction houses for sale, and we wanted to make a purchase as soon as possible. And so did I say pre-construction houses? They didn't have any detached houses or detached plans for sale, and we wanted to make a purchase as soon as possible. So we ended up kind of like looking at what they had. We missed out on their first release, and then we just kind of like kept following up on it, and they were like, you know, detached houses are coming, but we knew that we wanted to close either by the end of this year or early next year. So the longer we waited, the less likely that would be. So we decided to go with a townhouse, and then we kind of like established that, you know, while we were looking for a dream house, and then literally 2 months later they released their detached houses, and they were not that much more, and we were willing to kind of, you know, like we went to their release. We were gonna buy another house that day, and honestly, like, I don't think we anticipated it to be as crazy as it was, but so many people were there, and by the time they got to our number, the house that we wanted was gone. And we were just like really bummed out about it, and we just kind of like kept our eye on it to see if it would come back. Sometimes when people buy houses pre-construction, they get like, I think, a 10-day grace period to change their mind. So we're just kind of like hoping that somebody changed their mind or they decided to go elsewhere or whatever. That didn't happen, so we ended up completely losing out on that detached house. And you know, we kind of like resigned ourselves to the idea that everything is happening the way it's supposed to happen, and we're getting the house we're supposed to get right now. And that kind of really helped me to kind of put things in perspective. And while we might not be getting our dream house, I know it's gonna happen. And I think that's most comforting at all. I think what's most important is that we will have a roof over our heads, and we will have a bed to sleep in, and we will have somewhere to raise Laith with a backyard that he can play in, and all of these things. And I think that's more important than having an extra wall for yourself and extra fucking windows. Like, I don't know, like a house is a house is a house. So today, for the rest of the day, I'm actually gonna be responding really quickly to some Elamin emails. I'm getting the business back on track. I took a break, I took a step back because everything was just becoming very overwhelming, and I couldn't maintain all the responsibilities. And so I need to do some emails today, and then aside from that, my day is pretty wide open. So that's what I'm gonna go do right now. Laith should be home around 3:30, 4 o'clock. Hina picks him up. Oh, Oh my God, I passed my driving test. Okay, so, hello?
Hello, is this Nick?
Nick, no, I'm sorry, you had the wrong number.
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
Oh,
bye. I'm gonna go take care of my stuff, and yeah, I'll be back sometime later to chat. I'm actually very hungry and I have a headache, so I'm gonna go take some Tylenol, and I'm gonna go eat a keto bar, and yeah, then we're gonna see what the day brings us. All right. Right now, I am responding to some emails. I think I'm actually gonna do it on my phone. Mainly because I don't know, it's just easier to do it that way. So Elamin has been going good. I took a back seat and I wasn't like advertising or anything. I hadn't updated my Instagram in like months, my Elamin Instagram, and I was still getting orders, and it was so tough because I was not in the headspace to make product, but I never want to disappoint my customers. And if you place an order, I'm not going to email you back and be like, oh, I'm so sorry, like, take your money back. I'm not doing this right now. So I limited my wholesale clients to just literally one client, and she's been so great. She has a yoga studio and it's called 889 Shop, and it's in Yorkville, well, more like Rosedale, which is like a really fancy area. And she sells my roller balls, and this is her third wholesale order, and this is also her biggest one. So I'm gonna respond to her and let her know that I have the packaging is in the mail, because it is. I placed an order just now, and it should get here in a couple weeks, and then I'll have her order ready for her. But I've also been getting a lot of emails from like people wanting my skincare products, and so I have to get on that too. So I'm actually going to place an order today for some ingredients, and I have to drive to the warehouse to pick them up, mainly because their shipping is like ridiculous. It's like $15, and their warehouse is a 10-minute drive from here. So if I do pick up, I can get it like on Monday or Tuesday, whereas with shipping I'd be waiting like a week, 2 weeks. Plus I'm also working on something really cool. I'm working on vitamin C resurfacing mask for your face, and I'm so excited because vitamin C is like the new big thing, and I really want to kind of like get on that wave before it dies down. I love using cream in my coffee, and I love the Natural 10%. I started using cream right around when we switched to keto, and I used to do my bulletproof coffees in the morning, and ever since then all I've been using is cream. So I don't actually drink like regular milk, like homo milk is what we call it here, so homogenized milk. I don't drink it. But if I do take any kind of dairy, it's definitely going to be 10%, and that's it.
Maybe you should drive us, Danny.
I forgot my license today.
No, you could pretend and break the rules.
I know. So it's funny because downstairs I was eating a protein bar, and I was saying to myself, I was just like, oh, I'm gonna have a protein bar, and then I'm gonna go upstairs and eat some leftover chicken and salad. Mm-hmm. And then I come upstairs and Annie's like, I'm gonna go get pizza.
Yeah.
And now I'm in the car to go get pizza. So,
well, we're usually good for 3 days and bad for 3 days.
Yeah, but I was really good today.
Yeah, that's good.
So it's Friday though.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have pizza.
And it's Friday the 13th.
It's Friday the 13th.
And scary movie night.
Okay.
And game night.
I want to see the camera.
I think I should hold on to it, Raheem. What do you think? Do you agree?
Sit in the car, I'm coming.
I guess I'm babysitting you, bud. What do you think?
I like cheese pizza.
You like cheese pizza? I like cheese pizza too. What's your other favorite pizza?
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni. Okay, you ready to answer a question? What's your most favorite food in the whole wide world?
Pizza.
Pizza? Why?
Because pizza's so yummy.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's your most favorite candy in the whole wide world?
Smarties.
Smarties. Okay, here's the really tough question. Who is your favorite Marvel superhero?
Iron Man.
Iron Man. That's a good answer.
Lisa, your fish looks so nice.
Savages. Pizza.
It's upstairs.
Why don't you bring the fish downstairs?
It's enjoying the view from mine.
Elisa got a fish to add to the portfolio of pets that they've had.
Yeah, I named it Flornick.
What's that? Ooh, what are these? Are these jalapeno poppers?
Yeah.
Oh
I don't know
my
if you like it,
god.
Elisa. These are very spicy.
Oh my god. So I took a bite of the jalapeno poppers and this happened.
Spicy. It's like pickled.
So they're good. This pizza is already done.
Yeah.
But there's more.
How many?
Pepperoni. So excited.
Ow.
But these are really good.
I like it. It's spicy. I mean, that's really spicy. I want to It's like
hot.
This looks good, eh? Halal.
And it's halal, so this isn't even pork pepperoni. It's like,
Does it taste different?
I think it's like a chicken. No,
No?
it tastes the same.
It's beef pepperoni.
Yeah, it's beef. I was gonna say chicken.
And it tastes the same?
Yeah.
Because I know somebody told me bacon tastes really different, the halal one.
I want to taste one.
It's really good. Look who's home.
Black. Black.
Hi, Yummy. What's up?
Hello. How are you today?
I just...
Yeah. Let's go. Hey.
This one?
Hello, kitty.
So rude. Can I kiss?
Can you give
kisses? Can I have a kiss?
No.
Can I have a kiss?
No.
Can I have a kiss?
No.
Can I have a hug? Can I have my phone?
No.
Can I have my phone?
No.
Give me a kiss then. Give me a kiss.
He knows better, eh? Okay, so I bought the Delkin Devices Fat Gecko mini mount. There's literally like nowhere for me to put this camera where it won't kill me. But I'm gonna just put it here for now. It's actually blocking my view of the screen of the car. So I think I'm gonna actually end up moving it. But I don't know, because you can like, this is perfect because you can actually see Lath back here and you can see me, which is really good. But the way how my mic is set up, it's not conducive. Like, it's gonna distract me. I'm sitting here right now and I could actually just kind of like, I can go for a drive if I wanted to. But I'm not going to because I'm scared. I'm gonna leave this suction on. I'm gonna go inside and get Lath ready for bed. It's 6:39, 6:40. He should probably go to bed early tonight because he woke up super early this morning. But I'm gonna go inside and just kind of like look and see if I can find any solutions for this, something that's a bit more out of the way, a little bit more discreet. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching my vlog. I really appreciate it. I hope you appreciate the length of the vlog. I definitely was not trying to make it long, but I just kind of like ended up chatting my soul off because I haven't chatted to you guys in a while, and I feel like you need to know what's going on. And it's nice to kind of like be transparent with you and just let you know what's happening. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please do me a huge favor and just hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification so that you can get notified whenever I upload a new vlog. I do want to do this regularly, and more people subscribing says to me that you guys are actually interested in what I'm uploading, and it will definitely motivate me to upload even more. If you could just do me that one solid, I'd really appreciate it. But anyways, thank you guys once more for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.